It's the Whisky Wizard.
Hello and welcome to the Whisky Wizard, where we say that whiskey making takes scientific knowledge and artisan skill and dedication, and a bit of the wizard's alchemy of light, air, earth, and fire. Tonight we have something of a special salute to go along with the Whiskey Roundtable's last episode before Thanksgiving. So we're going to take a look at the namesake of the great whiskey brand we've been featuring over this month of November. And as we'll see, it's a perfect emblem for an American whiskey, and in many ways a very good emblem for America itself. First off, the wild turkey and the muscovy duck are the only two domesticated birds native to the New World and the Americas. The turkey's original range is believed to be southern United States and northern Mexico. In the early 1500s, European explorers brought home wild turkeys, as the native people they encountered had already domesticated them. Turkeys quickly became popular on European menus because of their large size and great flavor, enriched by their diet of wild nuts. Later, when English colonists settled on the Atlantic coast, they brought the domesticated turkeys with them. In fact, the English name of the bird is probably due to early shipping routes that started in western Spain and ultimately passed through the country of Turkey on their way to delivering the birds to European markets. And so it seems the name stuck. I always thought the two names were just a coincidence. Turkeys are the largest members of the galliforms, which are species of ground-dwelling birds that include grouse, pheasants, and of course the chicken. Turkeys exhibit the trait of sexual dimorphism, meaning that males are much larger and more brightly colored than the females. Adult males can reach 24 pounds, whereas hens rarely reach more than 12 pounds. Males provide no care for their offspring, and the hens care for them for a few days to weeks until they can forage and feed for themselves. The chicks gang together in groups of several hens and their offspring, with groups sometimes reaching as many as 200 individuals in winter. Wild turkeys' numbers dwindled to critical levels by the early 20th century. Conservation efforts beginning in the 1940s started the bird on its long road to recovery in the wild. Today, their numbers and range may be at its greatest extent ever, and that's a fine thing. .8, just saying. I mean, this Native American species has been such a part of our country's tradition. Wild turkeys prefer mixed hardwood and conifer forests. Their range extends throughout the eastern and midwestern United States and some limited parts of Mexico and the western mountain areas. Unlike their domesticated cousins, wild turkeys can fly, although not usually for very long distances, typically limited to less than a quarter mile. They have good eyesight but poor night vision, so they usually roost in trees overnight to avoid predation. Turkeys can, however, protect themselves, especially males, using their sharp barbed spurs as an effective weapon to discourage would-be predators. While it's not true that Benjamin Franklin officially petitioned Congress to make the wild turkey our national symbol, he did write a letter to his daughter Sarah, wherein he stated that he thought the bald eagle to be a bird of bad moral character, sometimes robbing other birds and animals of their kills or eating carrion. He told her that the turkey, a true Native American, was a bird of honor and courage that would endeavor to defend against a whole British regiment should they attempt to invade its farmyard or nesting grounds. And the wild turkey might therefore be a better national symbol. Native Americans used the bird as a food source, yet most revered it, attributing to it special powers and mystical significance. In some tribes, only the chief could wear turkey feathers on his headdress. Of course, surviving accounts from the Plymouth colony settlers do indicate that turkey was often on the menu at feasts and special occasions, so no doubt it would have been part of the fare on that first Thanksgiving, along with native corn and squash, and quite frankly, most likely seafood would have been part of such a feast taking place in coastal New England. The Pilgrims celebrated the first Thanksgiving after their first harvest in the New World in October 1621. This feast lasted 3 days, and written accounts indicate there were 90 Native Americans, 53 Pilgrims in attendance, and no doubt there were a number of turkeys also on the menu. By the way, Thanksgiving has been celebrated nationally since 1789 with a proclamation by President George Washington. President Abraham Lincoln in 1863 proclaimed it a national holiday of Thanksgiving to be celebrated on the last Thursday in November, as we still do to this day. And as we may have already discussed, before the Wild Turkey Distillery had been created, one of its founding members took some samples on the now ready product along on a turkey hunting outing, where the participants all marveled at the whiskey and later referred to it as that Wild Turkey whiskey. And so that's how the distiller's brand name eventually came to be. I would say that Wild Turkey whiskeys are worthy of their namesake: native to America, bold without being too aggressive, confident and full of autumn color and spice, with a spirited disposition. So give one a try this Thanksgiving holiday. There are many varied bourbon and rye offerings to choose from, and we can say quite confidently that few, if any, will disappoint our viewers. On behalf of the Whiskey Roundtable, let us wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. 2020 has been a tough year in so many ways. We hope you all can gather responsibly with those who matter the most and extend those feelings of gratitude for what we have that's truly important. This is Douglas Dunbar, the Whisky Wizard, for the Whisky Roundtable. Cheers, happy turkey, and now